Hello and good evening to everyone on the check-in with us. Welcome to another edition of the Guyanese Spotlight Show. I'm your host Wazim. As you can tell, I'm joined by Kim Sue from Norman Sue Bakery. So good evening to you, Kim.
Good evening, Wazim, and good evening to all of our watchers and listeners.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining. I know it's been a busy week. By the way, happy belated birthday. Just celebrated your birthday.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. And yeah, thanks for making some time. I got to welcome our viewers on YouTube. We're broadcasting live on the Guyanese Spotlight Show channel on YouTube and also our Facebook channel, the Guyanese Own Businesses page, which I'm just sharing to my personal page right now. So we have two platforms we're broadcasting. We get a lot of viewers on the YouTube page, especially the YouTube page after the live. So if you're watching actually live with us, please drop a comment so I know you were there with us and where you're watching us from. It's the Guyanese Spotlight Show. As you know, we've been saying every Tuesday night. It's not been every Tuesday night. I've been very busy with work, and so I'm here this Tuesday. The reason I'm here, I'm home this week. We have a big event coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about it. It's the Guyanese Entrepreneurs Spotlight Expo, happening this Sunday, May 17th at Windies Restaurant and Sports Bar in Scarborough. That's in Toronto. And that's all kicks off at 1 p.m. on Sunday. It's a long weekend here. It's Victoria weekend, Victoria Day weekend in Canada in most provinces. So we're choosing to do that. And we have a lot of businesses we have to go through in a little bit. But first off, as you can tell, I have Kim with me. And once again, just coming out of her birthday celebrations and celebrating another year on this
Yes,
beautiful earth.
yes, I did. I celebrated it with a bang.
Oh,
I
nice.
with
That's how you got
good,
to celebrate it.
but that's the only way to celebrate. Listen, life is too
Yeah,
short. We're here for a short time, not a long time. So you have to
yeah,
make each and every moment count. And why waste it with those haters? Just surround
yes, yeah.
yourself with the loved ones and people who appreciate you and can confidently hold a glass and
Mhm.
cheers with you and, just celebrate life.
Yeah, yeah. Celebrate with trustworthy people, people that you trust, people that you get along with, that you have a good time with. There's no need, as you said, life is so short. There's no need for all the drama and
Mm,
involving with people
Definitely
that
not.
really don't want to be there, right? So that's good. That's amazing that you had a good bunch of people around you for the birthday celebrations. And how's the business coming along? How is Norman Sue Bakery?
Norman Sue Bakery, it's like every field today with like
Mhm.
every everything. It's we're still around, and that's the most important thing. We
Yes.
all have challenges. It's economy is not easy on any one of us, and we are no
Yeah.
exception. And
Yes.
but we are still here. We're still producing our beloved products that you guys enjoy so much. And I want to thank you on behalf of Norman Sue staff and management and Norman Sue family for always supporting us. I know sometimes one batch may be different to the other. It may not be what you expected it to be, but you know what? We appreciate that you guys still support us no matter what. And when you cook at home, right? This week chicken curry is not the same thing as next week chicken curry.
I
It's
was just gonna say example. Give that exact example. Maybe we thinking alike. We Guyanese. So your curry's always not gonna come out the same way every time you cook it.
correct.
So
Correct.
yeah.
But we trying. My employees, they give their all to every product that we produce. And if something is not kosher, or you feel that we could do a little bit better, we like your comments. You can call in. We've had several people call in, not always negative, but we've had quite a few positive comments, and
That's
we
good.
appreciate each and every one of them. And I don't look at the negative as a negative. I look at it as constructive criticism, because if you don't call in and tell us something, or point something out to us, then how do we know? We don't
Exactly.
know how we can improve, or if there's sometimes it may be simple as you're not getting the same ingredients. So if you use a different ingredient, it changes the texture, it changes the product. But we don't do it purposely. I don't think
Mhm.
that anyone out there purposely puts out a bad product or a product to spoil on you or anything of the sort. That's not good for me.
Yeah.
And then if you're doing that, that means you're not putting love into your product. And if Wazim, and my followers know me, we put a
Yeah.
lot of love into everything that we do.
Oh yes. Yeah, you're not in, no one is in business to put out a bad product out there or to
No.
provide poor service. Stuff happens, as you said. It could be a different in your case, in your line of business, it could be a different ingredient you're using and it changes it slightly. But the end of the day, we all know that's the good stuff. Is the Norman Sue Bakery. Anything from Norman Sue Bakery, we know it's good. That's why we keep supporting you. That's why the community, the Torontonians and everywhere outside of Toronto, you've got your bread and your goodies in a lot of the grocery stores across
Yes. Yes,
Canada,
it's,
right?
and yes, yeah. Actually, it is across Canada because we do supply people out in Winnipeg and
Hmm.
out in Edmonton and
Edmonton.
in Montreal, and Windsor. And I just want to let people know, like we do this wholeheartedly, and just like anybody else, this weekend we took a step back. We could have been more involved in all the festivities for the independence. The Guyana Chamber of Commerce hosted the president,
Oh
President
yeah.
Ali, and then he had another forum. And we stepped back. Like people came and says, "Why, Kim, didn't you go?" And I says, "You know what? I've had the privilege of speaking to all of these people, to President Ali himself. I've taken
Mhm.
several pictures. I've worked alongside with them and with the One Guyana Forum, and there give you need sometimes you need to step back and give the diaspora a chance to go and meet and greet and listen to what he has to say, because I've been so involved with the consulate and with the Guyana Forum. Although I don't really plan to go back to Guyana, I've always told you guys I
Yeah.
respect our culture, and I would always promote and preserve our culture here in Canada as much as I can. But Guyana is not a place for me. I'll visit
Mhm.
it and have fun. Go drink the freshwater coconut and eat the fresh
Yeah, yeah,
mango.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You
No,
know,
and you do give back a lot to the community, a whole lot. You go above and beyond. I know we had Anil on the show and a few others, and they've all said that. Some of the comments on our previous interviews, you're not. It's not the first time you're here with me having a conversation on a Wednesday. Well, it's a Wednesday night now. Back in then, it was
Wasim, I'm
Tuesdays.
gonna let you in on a little secret about Anil.
Yeah.
Anil only likes me because he gets free food from me.
I gotta talk to you about that because every time I talk to Annalie, rub it in my face. Hey, I went to
Yeah.
Kim. I got this sample pine tart, and I'm like, wait a minute, wait. I gotta talk to Kim.
You know, no, but Anil's a class
Yeah.
act. He's a real,
Yes.
he's a real
Yes.
genuine
Yes.
person. And when
Oh
I
yeah.
was involved, I kind of stepped back from all of my extracurriculars and stuff like that. I needed to put time into the business and into my family
Mhm.
in the last couple of years. But when I was involved, when I first took chair co-chair office in the Guyana Independence, I could
Yeah.
always depend on Anil and his company, Great Canadian Oil Changers. At that time, it was a different name.
Mhm.
He always supported the Guyanese community, supported me, and our galas and our festival and so forth. And so he's a prime example of someone who started out in a business, somebody else's business, then took it and made it his
Mhm.
own. And then he shared his success with the community.
Mhm.
He won sponsors several of the softball cricket teams, as you well know, as well as he
Yeah.
used to play on them and so forth.
Mhm.
And he was always, every time you ask him, I know he was involved in the temples and so forth. So what a great guy, what a great example of giving back from starting from small. I mean, I don't know what his background is. I mean, although he's related to Sarwan, the cricketer,
Not
I don't
talent
know what
wise, but
background is.
somewhere
But
not a
I don't know
talent.
what background he came.
Yeah.
He came as a young boy and he started from
Oh
something,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
ourselves. And
Mhm.
that's what this whole program is about promoting our own and people who've uplifted themselves here and promoted our not only our culture but our way of life.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and he's been on the show just like you a few times, and he's talked about that. He's talked about coming. We've all faced challenges coming from Guyana to a brand new country. Especially in
Yeah.
your case, you came before us, and it was a lot more challenging. You faced a lot more obstacles. You kind of
Yeah.
paved the way for Guyanese coming after that time to make it easier, and we can relate to you. You can help us out. You shared your stories. I know you spoke to a lot of people, and a lot of people. I even going to Norman Sue Bakery coming out around the holidays. I think I talked to you about this. There's this old woman that came out the door. She heard our conversation. We're talking. You're busy. You still step
Yes.
outside. We had a quick conversation. I had my bread and ready for pepper pot. And
Yes.
then she's like, "Oh, what do you do?" And she heard us talking, and then she's like, "Oh, I've been coming here with my husband for 30 something years or more, and she'll always come here." It was amazing. She had, I think, her son in the car, just waiting on her to walk up
Yes.
the stairs and
Yes.
get
Yes.
into the bakery, right? So there's
Yes.
a lot more people like that, a lot more stories like that I hear when I go around
Lots of,
Toronto.
well, Wazim, it's funny that you mentioned that, because just this week, there was a gentleman came in, and my sister was in front. You know, my sister runs a business
Yeah.
with me, Natasha,
Uh-huh.
and he asked to see her, and he says, "Which one are you? Were you the one that was at Nantucket? I was buying since Nantucket." Now, Nantucket was our very first store
Mhm.
when we moved from the house, and we moved
Yeah.
into an industrial unit right there, not far from Sarwan there.
Mhm.
And she says, "Well, if you remember Nantucket, then I was one of the little girls just running around in their diapers." And how he
Ah,
had a good laugh. So, just to backtrack a bit, that is over 45 years ago. Yeah,
wow.
that is over 45 years ago, to be
Mhm.
exact, 49 years ago. So, although Norman Sue is not quite 50 yet, but we
Mhm.
started the business over 45, over almost 50 years now.
Yeah, yeah, and you
Yeah.
did mention it started in the house in the basement, and I
Yes,
guess Nantucket was the first actual location outside of the
yes,
house, right?
outside
Yeah.
of the house, yes.
When is
And
the,
I
by the
and I
way, when
looked
is
at,
the 50th?
Norman Sue's 50th will be in 2029.
Mm,
Yeah, 2029, a few years from now.
yeah.
Um, but we don't even look at it like that. Like, we've stopped count. To be quite honest, Wazim, since my parents passed, and then my niece joined them, we stopped counting the years. We just look at every year that we are
Mhm.
still able to provide our services and our products to the community is a blessed year,
It is a
because
blessing. Yeah.
that's what counts. My parents' legacy, what they built, my family's legacy, not just my parents, but my family's legacy. It goes on, and that's the most important thing. You know.
Yes. Oh, that's what matters. And this time, this day and age with the economy, and especially our Canadian economy the past few years. We got out of the pandemic, we thought that was the worst, and then we were seeing more and more following up. I gotta say good evening actually to Mr. Ashmead Kand, just on the check-in. Ashmead, good evening to you and your wonderful family, sir. And he's running for mayor, the mayor seat in the city of Ajax, which is just a couple cities away from us, one of the larger cities in the province of Ontario. He's up for in the mayoral race, and he'll be attending Windies Restaurant and Sports Bar on Sunday with us. So we'll hear from him. I have some slide with everyone that's attending there. We'll go through that in a little bit. But I got to say good evening to you, Ashmead, and welcome. Thank you for the support as always, brother.
Good evening, Ashmead. Good to see you. Good to hear from you.
Yes, and as we continue, just 40 minutes after 7 o'clock, as I said, I do apologize. I can't make it every Wednesday night. It's work, and you know how work gets, and traveling. So I keep sharing, and I keep engaging our followers on our Facebook and sometimes on our YouTube page. So I appreciate the love and the messages I've been getting from Facebook. If you have a new business, if you know someone that's providing a service to the community, you haven't seen their information on the page, or check out our website, www.guyanespotlightshow.com, I believe. Yeah, .com. You got to check it out there. And yeah, let us know. It's free. It's free to come on, have a chat like Kim is having a chat with me right now. It's free to come out Sunday. If you haven't heard about it, the Guyanese Entrepreneurs Spotlight Expo. Just started it out at Windies. I got to give big thanks to the owners of Windies Restaurant. They're at 3330 Lawrence Avenue for providing a space for me and for our fellow Guyanese businesses and professionals in the community to host this event. So thank you guys at Windies. And you know Windies well, right, Kim? They're always
All too
they're
well,
all
all too
yes.
well. I remember before when it was an Italian restaurant, and
Mhm.
it's one of the longest standing restaurants, Guyanese restaurants there is. Kudos to Jai and his team and to Faz. Again, it's a great thing that they've done to the community, always giving back to the community. And Wazim, I just want to say it's a great thing that you're doing. I know you started this a few years ago, and it's now taking to a different level,
Mhm.
getting everyone together in that respect. And I know you don't have any funds, you don't charge anyone for
No, it's
anything,
free.
and
Absolutely.
it's absolutely free. And you give of your time every week, so don't feel bad if you can't come on once in a while, because you have to look after the house. And
Yeah.
but I want to say it's a great thing that you've done for not only the community, but for all the Guyanese and West Indian businesses that are coming on board, always promoting them and giving them a chance to get to know other people and the community. Because my product, I've been around for many years, but where there's other people who've never really heard of Windies because it's Scarborough based,
Hmm.
or have never
Exactly.
heard of Great Canadian Oil Changers on El Sarwan because it's in Scarborough. So when they
Mhm.
come out to meet them, Sunday is a great opportunity for them to come out and meet the people behind the names and so forth.
And that's the idea. That's the idea behind it. It's networking. It's connecting with each other. It's not just connecting with the community, or I just want to see everyone in person. I've met everyone online on calls. Like I've met you numerous times in person. There's a few others that have been on this show in the past I have never met in person. So this is a great opportunity for me to meet them in person. Also for you guys, that's the business owners and professionals out there, to connect with each other, to build a network, to create something that is lacking within our Guyanese community, right? So I think this is a stepping stone.
And it really makes a statement, that this is your first attempt at this, and it coincides with the Guyana Independence Jubilee.
Yeah.
For those who are not aware, that Guyana is the 60th independence this year, and that's a Jubilee year. And
Hmm.
as I said earlier, the Canada Chamber of Commerce, they held a gala on last Friday and hosted the president, and then the Guyana Forum, alongside with the consulate in Toronto and the High Commission of Ottawa, hosted a forum where the president was able to speak a little bit on Guyana and what's going on. And from what I saw, he didn't speak a lot because he took so many pictures. They're on Facebook all over the place. He's quite the photogenic person.
Very
But
popular with the
for him,
people. Yeah.
very popular with the people. He's a people's president, and for him to take the time out to come and spend so much of time, and he spent a lot. Normally, he's in and out in a day or two. But from what I understand, he had a few. He went to a few. He went to a mosque. He went to a temple. And he
Mhm.
greeted the people, and so kudos to you on picking this year to showcase the Guyana businesses and so forth in the Jubilee. Also, I just want to make a quick shout out and a congratulations to the Guyana Independence Festival Committee, who also hosted their gala on May the 2nd, and hosted the High Commissioner and the Minister of Public Works. He came in and he spoke, and the
I
gala was
saw
very
that.
well
Yeah,
attended.
I saw that.
And
Yeah.
they also recognized 6 members of the Guyanese community in different categories. So congratulations to the Independence Committee on doing that. And I also want to tell the watchers that they are also continuing their celebrations on July 11th with a cultural show and the cricket, of course.
Yes.
So look out for that. Look out, keep an eye on your Facebook page and so forth. Look in your West Indian stores for flyers and posters on what's going on, because they're doing it up big this year.
Okay, that's good to know, and I'll keep an eye on that too, Kim. And I know you'll pass it on, and we'll share it on the page. I got to welcome viewers on YouTube. We've got a few viewers on YouTube, some on Facebook as well. I see Pink Palm Collective Services, one of the businesses that we highlight and promote on our pages on the check-in out in Guyana. So good evening to you, wonderful folks. And for the folks that will be watching at a later time, thank you as always for the support. Remember, if it's your first time watching, this is the Guyanese Spotlight Show. We aim, well, the goal is to be on every Wednesday night due to work. This is something that we do on the side. So I'm pretty busy lately with work. So I'm at different time zones, and I need some sleep sometimes. So I can't really make it for 7 o'clock on Wednesdays, but I'll try my best to be on most Wednesdays coming up in this summer. And yeah, if you're watching it and you want to highlight your business or your services, just shoot me a message on the Facebook page, YouTube. The email is there on both platforms. Just let me know, and it's free. It's absolutely free. And speaking about free and speaking about events, Kim, I'm just going to share this. I'm not sure if you can see it on your
Yep.
phone. Okay, so this is the event that's coming up. It's in Scarborough. It's at Windies Restaurant and Sports Bar this coming Sunday, May 17th from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And this is the flyer. So we've got a few businesses that's registered with us. Registered me being just reaching out to me and saying, hey, I want to be there. We arranged with the owners of Windies to get a tabletop. So it'll be a lot of tabletop exhibitions in the restaurant. And again, Windies is hosting us, no cost to the exhibitors coming in or professionals just coming through with business cards and brochures. And I encourage the public to come out and connect with these businesses and professionals. And we're going to go into Windies. So I just did a quick slide, Kim, before I got on. I know you're going to be
Yes.
joining me. So I'm just going to shout out to all the participants that we have right now. So Windies, they're located at 3330 Lawrence Avenue East in Scarborough. You can always check them out. They're on your Skip the Dish, Uber Eats, and other food delivery services. If you can't make it down to the restaurant, order your dinner or lunch from them. Delicious food. And I'm going to just go through some other businesses. I have Miss Akila. She's a travel agent, over 42 years of experience. And Akila is at Travel Point. You can get her at Akila at travelpoint.ca. Her information is on screen, whether you're booking a family getaway, a corporate event, or you just want to get away yourself somewhere. Like I know Miss Kim just was enjoying her birthday. So yeah, so just reach out. And Akila is actually on the live. Good evening to you, Akila. Just saw your comment. I think it's on Facebook. I've got two screens. I believe you're on Facebook. So good evening to you, Akila. And we've got quite a few businesses there. We've got Starlight Jewelry, Kim. I told you Starlight is they're driving down from New York, from Long Island, coming in for this event on Sunday. So Nez and his family out at Starlight Jewelry will have all this information on the screens in Windies. The owners will be there. So one of the things that you touched on, Kim, earlier, before we get into the other businesses, was the connecting, just building a community and having an event
Yes.
like this. Right.
Yes.
And you as a business owner, what do you think it means? I know you touched on it a little bit for the community. What does it mean for you per se to come together with other businesses and other professionals in the community for an event like this?
Well, what it means is that we actually get to meet each other than just seeing your flyer or your or hearing your name and so forth. I've been told, oh, I can finally put, well, for me, everybody really knows my face, but they can actually put a person to the face, to the voice and personality and so forth.
Mhm.
So often and not, I mean, we're living in a very competitive society. So there's more than one bakery. There's more than one
Mhm.
restaurant. There's more than one jewelry place. There's more than one automotive places and so forth.
Uh-huh.
But we have to understand. One thing my father used to tell me, and because it's food related, he says if you go in the corner, a corner, busy corner where there's food stalls, you'll see there's McDonald's, there's Burger King, there's Wendy's, there's Tim Hortons, there is some Mr. Sub, and all of them are surviving. That means they've all learned to live alongside with one another. Everyone
Mhm.
has different tastes. Everyone will survive, and that's what we have to learn when we meet. When we have expositions like this, and Guyana used to have trade shows and so forth. When we get to meet people and greet people, we get to understand their story. And sometimes we can learn from their story. And
Yes.
sometimes we get what most times we get a more appreciative of each other. We get to
Uh-huh.
appreciate where we come from, how we got there. It's not a lot of us are born with gold spoons in our mouths.
Hmm.
Not a lot of us come from old money, as they say.
Yeah.
Quite a few of us have worked our way up to where we are. And you see us here and we're simple and humble. That's because we had to work. We know what it was to work to get
Yes.
there. We know what it was to pull people off of the store, off of the street and beg them to buy our products. We know what
Uh-huh.
it was to give away our products just as a form of advertisement. So when we get to meet people directly, other businesses in different categories, you get to understand and learn. Sometimes you learn something. Most times you learn. I always try to learn something from each and every one that I meet. It may be
Yeah.
that they're having a good day. It may be that they've had a rough life, or maybe that they like me. Who doesn't like me?
Yeah.
But anyways, that's a different story. I'm just trying to be,
Yes.
lively.
Yes.
But
Yes.
that's for me. That's what it means. Like, um, I there's a community event happening on Saturday, and we're donating some pastries to them because they raise funds for their community in Guyana and stuff. And so they've asked us. They asked for my mom, actually, because my mom is from Linden,
Uh-huh.
and but my mom has passed this year's 4 years. So my sister says, well, my mom is not really available, and then this is, but we wanted to honor your mom. So, like my sister was telling me, and I says, well, let me get the information and see, even if I pop in for a 10, 15 minutes. I believe when people, organizations, businesses, or whatever, when they honor someone, I believe that people should show up, even if it's just out of respect,
Yes.
because they are taking their time to recognize whatever it is you mean to them. It takes a
Yeah.
lot when you have awards and so forth. It takes a lot. There's a lot of panel, a lot of decision making. But for your name to come up to something
Hmm.
like that, it means something. And so you should
Of
honor
course.
that and respect that. So
Yeah.
likewise, when you meet these people, I think that's a good way of getting to know each other as a business persona.
I totally agree with you. And I always believe in you learn something every day. It doesn't matter how much you think you know and how much you've done in the past, even in your profession. You go to someone you learn, we'll be talking, and I'm like, hey, maybe I can use that strategy in my business. It might not be the same. It might be an automotive shop. It might be a real estate agent there talking to you and something you've done in the bakery that they could put into use in whatever their profession is, and it'll help them. So this is the goal of an event like this. And it's just year one, as you said, and it just coincides with the Jubilee celebration, which is great. And hopefully we already have over a dozen businesses, as I said, off the record. Bless you. Off the record, they're not registered. I got a few messages that are going to come, some, and anticipating about 18 different businesses and professionals coming out
That is
on the Sunday.
wonderful. That is wonderful, Wazim. And
Yeah.
I do apologize because I was originally supposed to be one of those
Yeah.
businesses being there. Unfortunately, because of a family event, I had to stay away.
Families first.
But
Family comes first.
fa- family is first. But my products and my spirit will always be with you and with the Guyana Spotlight and with the Guyanese people. So look forward to giveaways from Norman Sue Bakery.
I
So
appreciate
I may
that.
not be there, but I'm there in spirit.
We appreciate that. Your stuff will be there. I'll keep Anil away from your goodies. So
And
I
Richie,
would and
and
Rishi. Oh,
Richie,
Rishi should be first. I should be mentioning Rishi first. Stay away from the food, Rishi. And
those
Mr. Ted
boys, they have
Jaipal.
their bottom, their belly have no bottom.
Yeah, we say in Guyana, right? Oh, Rishi, yeah. Something happened with they say you got worm, we gotta worm you out. He's gonna kill me when he hear this. So, Mr. Ted Jaipal, the Jaipal's from Linden. Yep, support your people, of course. Your fellow Linden. What do you call it?
Yes,
Lindener? Yeah,
I guess so. Your
yeah,
guess is as good as mine.
yeah.
I
I
just
think
know that
so.
I'm from
We'll go with
Linden.
Lindener. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go. dinner tonight. So Ted and the Jai Pauls are from Linden. Thank you as always, Ted and Miss Lorraine, for always supporting. And Ted's son's got a business in Ajax. It's on the page, Durham Auto House. He does a lot of he does car tinting, with ceramic coating, anything with your vehicle you want to put on some upgrades, aftermarket stuff. Just hit up Durham Auto House. It's on the page. It's listed on the page. So that's Ryan and company out there. So on the screen we have RS Renovations. You know Ravi. So Ravi will be there in person. He's in Toronto. So we got everyone there. We've got food. We've got people from jewelry stores. We've got insurance, auto insurance, life insurance. We've got real estate agents. We've got renovation experts. So if you're looking to get some work done, the weather is changing. We're getting out of a long winter, and it's looking like a long spring too. Summer will come around soon. So Rafi's there from RS Renovations. Who else we got coming up? Primerica, just mentioned about insurance. Rohan was on the show a couple months ago. Rohan, he's a representative at Primerica Financial
I
Services.
remember seeing that segment.
Yes, yes, he's full of information. He's
Yes.
going to be there whether you're looking for investment, insurance, debt solutions, financial education. Rohan will be in person, and we've got taste of the rainforest. I don't know if you saw this segment, Kim. This is very interesting. So they have their. So I got to say good evening to Sharon and family and Suzanne and family. We've got a couple of new businesses just joining the network recently. First off, Foods of the Rainforest. They have pepper sauce. They have the curry packages that you're seeing on screen. It's already pre-mixed. So your masala, you know how you make your curry powder and
Yes.
everything. I'm not a big cook. I just know to taste and eat. But the ingredients in there, it's in that package. You just get a couple of pounds of meat, you throw it in, and you make your curry. So it's pre-packaged, and they're selling it at quite a few West Indian stores around the Greater Toronto area.
Well, such a great idea, Wazim,
Hmm.
because in today, um, today's generation, let's put it that way,
Hmm.
they're all about recipes and so forth. Back home when I grew up, is a dash of this, a little bit of that, and
Yeah, yeah, yep, yep.
but today's generation, they're all about um,
Exact. Put
recipes
this.
and so forth.
Yes,
So when
yes.
and they don't know how much or what kind to buy or whatever.
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh.
this is a great idea to introduce them to cooking for themselves instead of shopping and buying food. You know,
Yeah,
but
Suzanne was on the show a couple months ago, and listen to this. So the bottle that you're looking at, this says pepper pot. So it's the dry seasoning. It's the seasoning you can put in. I believe it's up to 6 pounds of meat.
yes,
You already have your.
I was reading about it. I
Yes,
was reading
that's
about it. I saw it and I was reading about it. Quite interesting.
yeah. We were all busy with work. You come home late, and then you want to put on some curry. You don't have to go through all that. Grab a pack of this, put it in there, get your masala going, and then you throw in the meat, and you're ready to go. Just like pepper pot around the holidays. We're all
Yes,
busy. Get a jar of that. I think that covers, I believe it's 6 pounds. So she's going to be there, Suzanne and her family, all the way from Barrie, Ontario. They're going to drive down to Scarborough.
I wonder if they're gonna have some samples.
Mm.
Keep Rishi
Mm.
away from the samples if they have it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna let Rishi enter after all this tasting is finished.
But you see now, remember you asked me earlier what it means about meeting different people and stuff.
Yes.
And this is such a great idea. One thing that we all have in common, and doesn't matter what industry we're in, is
Mhm.
that when we talk to each other, we can ask them, how do you deal with disgruntled customers?
Yes. Yes.
Because we
Yes.
all have them in every field.
Hmm.
And so when you say we can take something away from each person that we meet, sometimes they can give you a little insight on how they deal with it and see if you could apply that to yours. Because, there's always that one customer or two that tests your faith. And the
Yes.
old
Yes.
adage that customer is always right. Sometimes it's very difficult to remember that the customer is always right because sometimes they can very much be wrong.
Oh, of
But you still
course.
have to smile and say, it's okay. So,
Yeah. No, it is great, and that's what I want. That's what I want. Everyone coming together and pretty much picking your brains, right? And learning off each other's whatever challenge you had. Maybe someone's got that challenge. And Foods of the Rainforest is not a new business, but it's only been around recently. So it's something maybe they'll want to have a conversation with someone that's in the business or someone that's been around like yourself for a number of years in business can talk to a newcomer into the Toronto area that's opening up a business, maybe give them a few tips or learn from them something that they've every day it's changing, right? We're living in an
Yeah.
evolving world when it comes to business, especially with social media. Social media
Yes.
plays
Oh,
a big part, an
a
extremely big
big
part.
part. Well, you
Yes.
see that now people don't know to cook, and they don't have granny or mommy anymore around, and they
Hmm.
Google it, or and they YouTube
Yes.
it, because they don't just Google and get the recipe. They put it on YouTube and they see how it's done, and they have the
Hmm.
fellow Guyanese people cooking, and they can see and they can get different ideas. And just
Yes.
to answer Ted Jaipal, I don't know a thing about Crescent Cinema. I was a little girl when I
Oh,
came over
I
to
was gonna
Canada.
say, I was gonna say, if you went to cinema, they had to sneak you in there. You're very young.
Yeah,
We
I was
spoke about this
a
when.
younger. I came over here. I wasn't even 5 years old, so I do
Yeah.
not know a thing about Crescent Cinema. But I do believe my parents probably did. I think maybe that's even where they may have met. So because I always hear about, we always get stories about the cinema and the
Oh, okay, okay.
Pepsi bottle, and the chatter
Uh-huh,
that
uh-huh.
you hear, and what's pit and what's balcony, and
Yes,
all
yes.
those different stories.
It's a lot of stories from cinema in Guyana.
Yes.
All
Well,
parts of
and
Guyana.
some of them are X-rated.
Yeah. That's for another show. Maybe that's for
That's
TikTok.
TikTok, yes, most of.
Uh, so the next business, we spoke a lot about Anil earlier too. So Anil will be there, the Great Canadian Oil Change. And the good thing about this, Kim, Anil is just 5 minutes away from Windies. So if anyone needs a an oil change or something with their car, they can drive over. I'm sure his store hours they're still going to be open during this event. So he's going to
Yes.
swing by. He's going to be there. And let's support, guys. Let's keep supporting each other. Mr. Lakram, Ramprasad, Uncle Lakey is watching. Good evening to you and your family, sir. Great performance the other night. We had a little event at Windies a couple weekends ago, Kim, and Lake Ram was
Well,
singing there.
Uncle Lake, he always is good with his voice. He's
Yes,
got
yes, you
such a
can't stop him.
melodious voice.
You can't stop him. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Anil will be there. Who else is there? Oh, there we go. The man that we keeping away from the goodies, from the food. Mr. Rishi Singh, sales rep with Remax Community in the Toronto area. His office is actually not far away from Windies, and you guys can get in touch with him. And his phone number, as you can see on screen, he'll be in person. I urge you guys, if you're in the Toronto area, it's a long weekend. It's Sunday, and the reason I'm doing it Sunday, I didn't want to disrupt anyone's Saturday plans. On Sunday, it's middle of the day. Usually, you go out, you grab some groceries, or it's a relaxing day. Just come out. Let's connect with our community. Let's build something. Let's start something that I think it's needed, and maybe we'll grow from there. As I said, we've got unconfirmed 18 different businesses coming. I've got 10 registered to do the exhibition on the table, but about 18 different businesses from all sectors and all different services and products will be there.
That's great.
Yeah. And also Lolita. Lolita was on the show before. I think she was on a couple of times by herself once and then with someone else. I think it was
She was
with
on
you,
with
Kim.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We had a
Yeah.
women's
Well, we
power
wanted to
night.
show woman power.
Women
The
power.
ladies
Yeah, yeah.
rule.
Yeah, I had to stay quiet that night. Yeah, so Lolita is driving all the way from Waterford, Ontario. So if you're familiar with Ontario, she's coming in like 2 hours. So we've got Nez Abdul and his family. We had his flyer up early. He's driving all the way from Long Island coming for this event on Sunday. Lolita's coming in all the way from Waterford. Foods of the Rainforest. Suzanne and her family are driving in from Barrie. So Lolita, financial and insurance, anything to do with home, auto, as you can tell, commercial. What else is there? Critical insurance, travel insurance. Just come out. Let's meet. Let's have a good time, and a good time meaning let's connect with each other and support each other and promote. So when you see these logos on your Facebook feed or YouTube, you'll say, "Hey, I met this person," like Sharon and Braden. So this is a very interesting business. This is a young man, a teenager, that started this after his granddad. Granddad's Nuts. It's granddadnuts.com. Follow them on Facebook also. And he'll come with a lot of samples. And I believe Sharon is working on a package, a gift basket, something to give back. And someone else is working on a gift basket to give away on Sunday. So I didn't advertise that, but we'll be giving out a couple of prizes. I know, as Kim said earlier, we'll have a box of goodies from her so we can sample. the good stuff from Norman Sue Bakery. And Grandad Nuts is the same thing. And they have a large following. They'll all be there. I've seen some messages and some communications other than the page via email. So Grandad Nuts, I'm looking forward to reaching the young man, Braden. It's always good when you have a young person starting out in the community. We have to encourage him.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Even you have to just stand by them. Doesn't matter whether they're Guyanese or if we
Mhm.
don't stand behind and beside our youth and
Yes.
encourage them, then what are we doing? Then we're not doing our job here as humankind.
Yes, yes, exactly. And guys, you can go follow it on Facebook. They just started their page as Granddads, just like that, Nuts. On Facebook, you'll see the young man. They're very confident. He knows what he's doing. He's got good support system behind him with his mom, his dad, and his family. And in saying that, I have to say good evening to Cecil. Cecil, it's been a while. Good evening to you, Cecil. Mr. Harry Charan, thank you as always for supporting. Oh, I just
Hello,
missed.
sister. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Cecil. The next, we have another real estate agent. That's Miss Narissa Ali. She'll be in person at Windies on Sunday. She's also got a cleaning company. I didn't get the info from that, but we spoke a couple of weeks ago, and she'll be promoting that company too. So if you have a business, you're looking for someone to clean your restaurant, even if you work in an office and they're looking for a company to go in there in the evenings or weekends to clean, let's support our fellow Guyanese. And Narissa will be there to talk about that. There's a couple of security companies that will be there. Narissa's bringing a few others. So, and that's why I said we're up to about 18 different businesses that's going to be inside of Windies on Sunday. And last but not least, the last flyer I have here is Norman Sue Bakery. We're talking everything Norman Sue Bakery earlier with Kim. It's their address on screen. Kim has a family event on the Sunday that's already been planned before I started this, and we spoke about that. But you know what, Kim, I really appreciate your kindness and your generosity in getting us some stuff there. Never mind, you're not going to be there. Your products will be for sure will be well represented at Sunday in Windies.
Most definitely. I'm happy, always happy to support the community.
Yes, and we know that. I know that for a fact, and I'm sure everyone that's watching and is from the Toronto area and anywhere, even in New York, they know you. They know your stuff. They know you support. You're always there for all the events, and you just mentioned a few of them and stuff that's happening in July and just recently happened in celebration of the Guyana 60th, the Jubilee year.
Yes.
And this is very this next person that I have on screen here. I'm very proud to say that I know him personally because he's running for mayor of a major city here in Canada, Ashmead, and he will be there. I said he's going to be our keynote speaker. Where every business will have some time to just talk about their business a few minutes, and Ashmead will also be there. We have a few persons from Ajax. I know of quite a few Guyanese living in Ajax, and I was speaking to Ashmead just before he announced he was on the show actually too before he announced he was running for the seat mayor. And we're talking, it's about 70% diversity there. So we're looking to get, imagine a Guyanese from Guyanese background becoming mayor of a major city in North America. That would be something that I'd be proud of.
Very much so.
Yes, and Ashmead will be there in person. You can check out his website and all his information. It's Ash for Ajax or Ashmead for Ajax on Facebook. I encourage you guys to go there, follow him, and yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Guyanese Spotlight Show, guys. I appreciate you guys. We're up to, I believe, we're just over 800 plus subscribers on the channel, and the more of you subscribe to it and interact with it, and even our Facebook page, we'll be spreading the word within our community. And that's how social media and algorithm works on Facebook, right? We like something, a friend of ours will see it, and they will have more eyes on our businesses. Ted is saying Ajax is the new little Guyana. There's a lot of Guyanese. Anil is from Ajax. We got to get Anil out voting and his family. So yeah, we have a lot of businesses, and that's the flyer there, and we just went through that. And so yeah, so looking forward to seeing everyone on Sunday. Come Sunday, let's connect. You heard Kim. This is great for the community, and it's great for business owners just like Kim and others that are coming out. Whether you've been in the business for many years, you've been doing this, or you just starting out, it's a great place to connect with each other and let's network. Walk with your brochures, walk with your business cards, with your links. I have a screen there. I can download whatever you'd like on the big screen. We'll drop the big screen in the restaurant, and we'll play that same slide there in a video loop. And if you're coming out and you want to have your business logo or flyer advertised, just let me know ahead of time, and I'll organize that. Even the day of, I can put it up on screen for you.
Most definitely. And Wazim, again, thank you for all that you're
You're
doing for
welcome.
our Guyanese community.
No
And he was
problem.
saying, walk with this, walk with that, walk with your open mind, and walk with your
Mm-hmm.
sense of humor, and walk with
Mm-hmm.
a chance to meet someone new that you've never met before, but you can connect. Who knows? You'll be making lifelong friendships there.
Exactly, exactly. We'll be starting out. We'll be building a community. We'll be a network. We'll start a network out. We're starting, as I said, it's Windies. Windies, again, I can't say enough and enough thanks to Windies for allowing me to do this. It's not costing me a thing. That's why everyone always, the first thing, how much is it going to cost? What do you need? I'm like, I don't need anything. I just, as you said just now, you said it. You hit the nail on the head. Walk with an open mind. Come out there. Let's interact. We're all Guyanese. We're way from Guyana. Some of us have been here many years. Some of us just came. We've all had challenges adapting to a new country, and especially in business, starting out a business, a lot of challenges. So let's come out to Windies Restaurant, as Kim rightly put it, with an open mind. Come out and let's interact. Let's see how we can help each other, how we can help ourselves by helping each other out. And I think that's what's required in this community. And let's interact more with these businesses. Let's go out, support them, whether an oil change, you need a loaf of bread, you in Scarborough, go by Kim, 1220 Ellesmere. I got it right? 1220 Ellesmere.
You
Yes,
did, you did. Unit number 30.
unit number 30.
And if you can't make it because we close at 4 o'clock, you can go
Yeah.
to your local West Indian store or No Frills, or in Brampton, you have Fresh Pro, you have Bestco, you have, there's so many,
Mhm.
they have Jinghing, Skyland. There's lots of
Yeah.
places you can go if you can't make it to the store.
And you mentioned earlier, I want to touch on that. Your product is also available in Edmonton and Winnipeg, or is just families ordering it? Or you have a store, some
Well,
stores there already?
there's a few distributors who order it to supply other stores, I
Hmm.
suppose, but some of them, would you believe, they're not even Guyanese who order it.
Oh,
The one
great.
in
Great.
Winnipeg, I believe they're Filipinos or Indians. The guy's name
Ah,
is Raj. Yeah. And it's called Dino's West Indian. The one in Edmonton, they order like just mostly the coconut buns and so forth. But I think they're African people. And then the
oh,
people in Montreal, they are actually African and Indian people who order and
oh, wow.
supply other stores. So
It's
you're
amazing.
getting it, but it's not even your fellow Guyanese who's bringing it. They just see the
Yeah.
need for it, and they've extended to that. Like, and you can get our roti in Montreal,
Hmm.
and it like I says, because of networks like this, we are able to reach out to different clientele, to different people who enjoy the same cuisine,
Hmm.
but they're not Guyanese, right?
Yes.
But they're
Yes.
they're enjoying our cuisine.
Yes. Oh, that's great to hear. That's outside of our community that they're ordering your stuff. So, I mean, it's good quality. We know it is. My fellow Guyanese know. I know that you got a lot of Trinidadians also support your bakery there in Scarborough, and at the other grocery stores that you mentioned across the Greater Toronto area. So, yeah, I'm always happy to hear stuff like that, especially with my Guyanese, my fellow Guyanese. I feel it's not me, but I feel a sense of pride, and I'm so proud to hear that Guyanese are doing well in this part of the world, especially coming out of, we always go back to COVID, right? No one has really recovered from that.
Was
It's
him. It
not
was.
100%.
Everybody thought once it was over, we were going to be okay. But no, I think
Hmm.
some people were actually doing okay during the COVID because people weren't going out to do things and they were eating more, or they were home doing, they were shopping
Yeah.
or what have you. Coming out of COVID, it's not only um, getting out there, but it's the ramifications of everything that affected COVID has a domino effect. And so the
Hmm.
cost of goods have gone up. Forget the war right now and thing, but
Yeah, yeah.
it created such a backlash that now we are feeling it as entrepreneurs, our businesses, we're feeling it. And if we're feeling it, then we, unfortunately, we have to pass it on because we can only shoulder so much. Like
Yes.
I tell my customers, I says, do I want to raise prices? It's not for a bigger profit for me. It's so that I can
Mhm.
still be here to
Yeah.
support you and provide you by Christmas time. Because if I don't do something now, who's to say I have to close my doors by Christmas because the costs are just so enormous. And it's not
Yes.
just the cost of goods, as I spoke earlier when I was on the show, is the cost of taxes, the cost of utilities, just the cost
Everything.
of maintaining your business is just so high today. And we just, unfortunately, we do have to take up prices to reflect that. But we
Hmm.
still try, Norman Sue still tries to maintain uh, feasible, economical.
Yeah.
We want to make it affordable so that you can still be able to enjoy the taste that you like.
And I'm sure the majority of folks know that. They know that they go to grocery stores like No Frills, Freshco, Metro, Walmart. Prices are going up, right? Everything has gone up from
Yeah.
just say 5, 6 years ago, just before COVID to now. Everything has gone up. Oh, quick question for you, Kim. Akila is saying, do you have any partners in the Ottawa area?
We do have partners in Ottawa area. They pick up every other weeks most of the times. Summertime, they pick up almost every week. But again, they are not really West. They're West Indian. Some are African. There is one called Ocherios. There's another one
Hmm.
called Cool Runnings. I think he's a
I know Cool
Guyanese.
Runnings. He's half
Yes.
guy. He's married to someone, or he's Guyanese, or his
Yes,
wife.
he's
Yeah, I know them
Guyanese and
very
his
well.
wife is a different thing.
Yeah.
But these people who I call abroad, especially in Ottawa, if you call Cool Runnings and you turn to tell them you want something specific from our business, they would order it for you. You'll have to pay a little bit more because remember they're coming all the way down,
So
but
yeah.
you can get it.
So let me tell you something on Cool Runnings. I lived in Ottawa for work for 4 years. Me and my family. We lived about 10 minutes from Cool Runnings. So same you just said. Tell them. So we'll go to them, and I think Thursdays or something they'll come to Toronto, even if it's snowing or not. They'll drive down and they'll bring your stuff up. So I'll order like duck and Norman Sue bread. So we'll go. We'll order a bread and tennis roll. We weren't driving back to Toronto a lot in the snowstorm, so we'll go to Cool Runnings and we'll put in our order. So my wife will write it down on a paper, and then I'll drop by and be like, "Hey, this is what I need." And then Friday morning, I think I'll go from the airport. I'll drive by and I'll pick up my bags. And Norman
Yes.
soup bread, Norman soup pine tart, and cheese roll, and Chinese cake, and everything was in that order. You just brought it. I never mentioned that to you. You just brought it up. I'm like, that's yeah. It was Cool
Yeah, and,
Runnings.
and and these things like Cool Runnings, you know your customers what they order, and when they order
Yes.
something out of the ordinary, it's like, you sure?
Hmm.
And they'll say, yeah, 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 we got a special order for
Special.
that. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
like I says, anything is possible. Cool Runnings, sometimes they order patties because
Mm.
they have that one particular customer who will order those that patties, not every week
Yes.
or whatever, but if you're in the Ottawa region and you don't come down to Scarborough City and you want these our products, and you can call these people and they would
Hmm.
more than be happy to serve you.
Oh yeah, I
I
know that for a
even
fact. I know that for a
You're
fact.
talking
They take
about the
care of it.
Ottawa region. I work closely with the High Commission office. They had
Mm.
an event the other day, and well, they like the Salara, and I put them in the single packages for them, and they
Uh,
gave it away, and they says it was such a hit.
nice. Yeah, yeah, that's good. I don't know how come I forgot about that. You brought it up, so that's good. I know a lot of Guyanese in Ottawa that goes to Cool Runnings. I don't know the other name that you mentioned. I've never heard about them, but I know Cool Runnings was there when I was there, and it's still going around. So they take their orders. They'll come up with a van load. I'll see them. Sometimes I get there when they're arriving from Toronto, and they're offloading, and they're like, "Yeah, yeah, there's your order." They're very good people to deal with, so I
Yes,
encourage you guys to support them and.
yes,
It's Guyanese. The guy is Guyanese. I think his wife is from Africa or one of the islands. I
yes,
forgot, but
yes.
yeah, I know he's Guyanese, and
Very
that's
humble people.
yeah, yeah. So
Yep,
I'm
yep,
happy. Your product is all over Norman Sue. As I said
yes,
earlier, it's across Canada, not just in Ontario.
yes,
You're
yes,
going into Manitoba. You're going into Alberta, to Quebec, yeah, and all across
yes,
Ontario. So that's
yes,
amazing, Kim.
yes.
Let's see. We got. I'm just going to go through the chat. Kim, do you make the Guyanese style beef patties?
Yes,
That's
we
from
do.
Ted. That's your fellow
Yes,
Lindoner. He said it's
that's my
Lindoner. It's
fellow
called.
Londoner.
Yeah,
Yes, yes. And we
The man
also
from
make
Linden.
chicken patties. We
Mm,
also make chicken patties because we have those customers who do not eat
yes.
beef, and
Hmm.
and our meat is halal also.
Okay. Yo, that's good to know. Good to mention. And yes, Kim, getting back to our event. Unfortunately, you're not going to be there, but you know what? Family comes first, but your product's going to be there. So I encourage everyone to come out. Kim is so generous. She's always been generous. You've always been so community oriented, always willing and helping out the community. So I really got to thank you. I really appreciate all the times you've helped out, not only on the show, on the events that we've done, all the cricket stuff. Everyone knows you from cricket, and it's that
Yes.
season, right? It's starting out
Next week,
next week, right after
24th.
the long weekend. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so looking
Back to
forward
the
to seeing
grind
you.
with it.
Yeah, I'll be
Yes,
meeting up
we
with
look
you
forward.
on the field there. So any last thing before we go? We're just approaching 4 minutes before 8. Is there anything you'd like to just
I
leave with
just
us before?
once again, I just want to say thank you again to you, Wazim. Thank you to
Thank you.
everyone who logs in, who takes the time out to watch these videos, who supports Wazim and this page and this everything that he's trying to do. And thank you for supporting not only my business but all Guyanese businesses. Come out on
You're welcome.
Sunday and happy 60th anniversary, happy 60th independence to all Guyanese. Be proud to be a Guyanese, not only
Yes.
because Guyana is making waves nationwide, country, worldwide, but because we're Guyanese, because
Hmm.
we are a lovable people. We know
Yes.
humility, we know hospitality, we know what love is, and we share it every time we see everyone. So, thank you again for listening to me. Thank you for the warm welcome, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Kim. Enjoy the rest of your night. I know I kept you here for an hour now, so and you're
That's
not feeling
okay.
too well. So I really got to thank you. I know you're under the weather. You're recovering from a sickness, so hopefully everything goes well. This is going around, right? The weather. Everyone's getting cold
Weather.
and the sniffles and that kind of stuffiness. So thank you again, Kim. Do enjoy
All
your
right.
night.
Good luck,
And
everyone,
yeah,
on
thank you.
Sunday.
Yes. Yes. Okay, Kim.
Take
Take
care.
care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
So that was Miss Kim Sue from Norman Sue Bakery joining us tonight as we discussed our event that's coming up on Sunday. Miss Lolita Primsuk is on the checking. Good night to you, Lolita. I was just saying how far you're going to be driving in, coming in Sunday, all the way from Waterford, Ontario. So thanks, Lolita, for supporting. We had Miss Akila that's going to be there also. Who else was there that's coming? We've got a few others, as I said. Let me see if I can quickly just share the screen again and show this. So this is our event. We're just going to go through quickly. Windies, got to thank them for hosting us and providing a complimentary buffet dinner. It's slash lunch dinner at 4 p.m. So all the participants that's there, everyone that's attending, they'll provide a nice little buffet meal for us, and that's complimentary of Windies. So if you're there, let's support them other ways by buying a drink at the bar, buying water, buying whatever at the bar. Just support them that way. They're very generous in providing a space. That's why it's a totally free event. It doesn't cost us anything. Miss Akila will be there, over 40 plus years of travel experience. And that's Miss Akila Hussein from Travel Point. We have Starlight Jewelry driving down all the way from New York, from Long Island, New York, to be here with us. That's Mr. Amir and his son Nez from Starlight Jewelry. RS Renovations, Ravi Singh will be at Windies. So he's walking with his business cards. You've got some work coming up at home or work, wherever it is, outside the house, inside the house, basements, washroom, drywall. Contact him. We've got financial experience, expertise in Windies on Sunday. We have Mr. Rohan Bisun Dayal driving from Brampton to Scarborough. He's a representative at Primerica Financial Services. He'll also be at Windies. As we mentioned, we spent some time earlier on Foods of the Rainforest. We have the Foods of the Rainforest family driving all the way from Barrie coming down with us. That's Suzanne and her family. coming down to be with us. Pepper sauce in a bottle. You have the curry mixture already in there, in the pepper pot mixture, the dry mixture of pepper pot. So you buy 6 pounds of meat, you throw the seasoning in there, and you have pepper pot. So they're going to be there. They're going to have their products on hand. Anil from the Great Canadian Oil Change will be there. That's Mr. Sarwan. Rishi Singh, a real estate agent, will be in the house from Remax. So you can talk to him about buying, selling, or anything real estate wise. And Miss Lolita is on right now with us. She'll be there. We said she's driving from Waterford. That's actual insurance, finance information, insurance, anything to do with insurance. As you can tell, we have a list up there. You can trust her for all your insurance and financial needs. Lolita will be with us at Windies. Granddad's Nuts, Braden, young teenager with his mom, will be with us, Sharon and their family, and they're bringing a few others. They have some samples for us at Windies. We also have Miss Narissa Ali, another real estate agent. Narissa will be there. Narissa also has a cleaning company, and she's bringing a security company, a Guyanese security company, and a couple other companies. As I said, we have about 18 businesses in total that will be that I know of, that will be at Windies. I know some others will be coming by to support, or come by and let's connect. Let's network. Walk with your business cards. If you need some online flyer help, like simple, like the one that you're looking at right now, to get done, just reach out to me and I'll get it done free. Nothing that I do or anything on the page on YouTube or Facebook, I charge for anything. Nothing costs you anything. It's all free. So just reach out to me. That's Norman Sue Bakery. Kim just mentioned she's got a family event on the Sunday, so she wouldn't be there. She'll have her products there. We just talked, and she'll be dropping off some samples, some goodies, so we can test it out. And last but not least, we have our keynote speaker, Mr. Ashmeet Khan, a mayoral candidate in Ajax, Ontario. It's a city. It's one of the largest cities in the Ontario province, in the province of Ontario. He's running for mayor. He's Guyanese. He's originally from Providence on the East Bank, and he's going to be running for mayor. And I encourage us, even if we're not living in Ajax, let's support him. Let's get the word out there. We all know a Guyanese that's living in Ajax. As Ted said, I forgot what he referred to it as. He said Guyana. Ajax is becoming a little Guyana. So that is true. There's a lot of Guyanese there. So let's support our fellow Guyanese. All right, guys. So that's it for me. It's 2 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, I do apologize. I can't make it every Wednesday night due to work commitments, and I travel a lot for work. So the time difference sometimes is very difficult for me to come on at 1 a.m., especially last week and the week before. So I'll try my best to be on here. Next Wednesday, I'm going to tell you in advance, I'm not going to be here. I'm traveling for work. So we'll try to follow in Wednesday and see who we have to talk with. But looking forward to seeing you guys. Come out this Sunday. It's Windies Restaurant and Sports Bar, located at 3330 Lawrence Avenue East in Scarborough. We have the Guyanese Expo. We have a few businesses coming out. Let's connect with them. Even if you don't have a business, you just want to support our community, come out. It's from 1 p.m. The business owners will come out about 12 o'clock, and they'll set up their tables. So really looking forward to seeing you guys in person. And thank you so much for watching. Just before I leave, I have a video I'm going to play. It's Ashmeet Khan's mayoral video that he has on his page. Check him out, Ashmeet Khan website, Ashmeet for Ajax on Facebook and social media platforms. I'm just going to play this video and I'll come back on and say goodbye. But please watch it and please support our fellow Guyanese. I'm very proud to say that there's a Guyanese that's running for mayor of a big city here. So let's just watch this video together. It's just about a minute and a half or so, and then we'll call it a night.
Dear residents, my name is Ashmeet Khan, and I am proud to have called Ajax home for over 25 years. This is where my wife and I have raised our 5 children, built our business, and dedicated our lives to serving the community we love. As a local entrepreneur, I spent 17 years building a successful business that created jobs and opened doors for people facing barriers to employment. My commitment to service led me to be a director at the Ajax Pickering Board of Trade, and later I had the honor of serving you as your Ajax counselor from 2018 to 2022. During that time, I delivered accountable leadership, upheld fiscal responsibility, and made tough decisions, especially through the COVID-19 pandemic, to protect our community and keep Ajax moving forward. Today, I'm ready to serve you as mayor. Ajax deserves experienced, principled, and transparent leadership. I bring proven business experience, strong financial management, and the ability to negotiate and deliver results. My priorities are simple: respect for your tax dollars, better municipal services, safer neighborhoods, responsible growth that protects our green spaces, convenient and reliable transportation options for our seniors, and real, compassionate solutions to homelessness. I believe leadership begins with listening, and you deserve a true seat at your table. Together, we can build a stronger, more inclusive, and more prosperous Ajax. Thank you.
So that was Ashmead Khan, Ashmead for Ajax.ca. As you see, his website is there. He's also on Facebook as Ashmead for Ajax. Ashmead 4 as the number 4 Ajax. Follow him on Facebook. And that's our fellow Guyanese. So I'm proud. I'm sure Guyanese watching that feel a sense of pride. And I encourage all my Guyanese that are living in Ajax. We have a lot of you folks living in Ajax. I know a lot of you guys watch the show and follow the page. I know a few friends. I have some family members. I encourage you to vote for Ashmead. And I'm going to have Ashmead on in June. Sometime in June, we're going to talk. Also, you don't have to go vote the day of. They're going to open up early voting. And he's willing to do house visits and help you. You can vote on your phone or from your computers at home. So let's support our Guyanese, even if we're not living in Ajax. Let's spread the word. Let's call a friend, as the saying goes. Call some family, let them know in Ajax. Let's vote for Ashmead. Let's get him in office. It's Guyanese. He's a great human being, a family man, as you can tell from that video. He's very humble. He comes from humble beginnings from Providence on the east bank of Demerara. So I'm looking forward to that campaign, Ashmead, and I'll do anything from my end to help you out. So let's get a date out in June when I'm not traveling and in Eastern time zone and not 1 in the morning and stuff. So we'll connect, Ashmead, and looking forward to see you on Sunday. Remember, Ashmead is our keynote speaker on Sunday. So guys, please come out between 1 and 7 p.m. For this event on Sunday as we bring our Guyanese businesses and professionals together and we connect and create a network. All right, that's it for me. It's 7 minutes after 8 o'clock. Sun is still out here in Toronto. I know in Guyana it's dark out. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I appreciate each and every one of you. And a big thanks goes out to Miss Kim Sue for coming on, even though she was under the weather a little bit, for coming on and spending an hour with us here today. So thank you all. Do enjoy the rest of your night. Have a safe night. Until Sunday, I'll see you inside of Windies. Take care. Goodbye for now.